Good evening, the evening news. I am Abdul Jalil Adebisi. The Osun State government has approved the elevation of Professor Chinwe Obiaku-Igwe to the position of Director General and Special Envoy to the Governor on Climate Change and Renewable Energy. This is contained in a new release made available to newsmen by the spokesperson to Governor Adeleke, Malam Rashid Olawale. According to the release, the appointment by the governor reflects the state's commitment to consolidating its leadership in climate governance and renewable energy innovation. It added that Professor Obiaku-Igwe has over the past years gone beyond advisory functions to establish a comprehensive climate governance framework in the state. As Director General and Special Envoy, according to the release, Professor Obiaku-Igwe will operate directly under the governor with a mandate to drive high-level partnership with multilateral agencies, investors, and global climate network, coordinate the cross-sectoral implementation of Osun State Climate Action Plan and renewable energy transition, as well as ensure the state maintains its role as a national and continental leader in climate-smart governance. It says the appointment complements without conflict the statutory functions of the Department of Climate Change under the Ministry of Environment, while elevating Osun's representation in the international climate diplomacy. While congratulating Professor Obiaku-Igwe on the appointment, the government reaffirms its commitment to deepening Osun's transition to a resilient, inclusive, and prosperous green economy. In the meantime, there is chaos in many public hospitals in the country as members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors commence a 5-day nationwide warning strike over alleged government failure to meet their demands. The report says the few consultants who reported for duties were overwhelmed by the number of patients seeking attention. It added that hundreds of patients were stranded as the few health workers available were stretched to their limit, while in some other public hospitals, services were skeletal. The patient expressed frustration at the slow pace of service, while some admitted that they had little choice but to wait given the strike impact on most other facilities. Consultants at the Federal Medical Center, Jabi, and the National Hospital in Abuja attended to patients, but the queue were long and the process slow. The pediatric unit, family medicine, and surgical outpatient department brimmed with patients. A consultant who spoke to the newsmen on condition of anonymity confirmed that inpatients were still being managed, saying if the strike continues, the management might be forced to discharge patients earlier than usual. Rivers State government has officially begun transition from emergency rule to democratic governance. The government has announced that as part of the transition activities, the state will hold an interdenominational church Thanksgiving service tomorrow. A statement by the Secretary to State Government, Professor Ibibia Worika, invited all critical stakeholders such as the permanent secretaries, local government chairmen, heads of state security, paramilitary agencies, traditional rulers, chairmen and members of board, and captains of industries, among others, for the service in the morning. The Rivers Administrator, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, retired, will be the special guest of honor. Candidates who wrote the 2025 June-July examination conducted by the National Business and Technical Examination Board have improved, as over 83.28% of the students have had 5 credits with or without English language and mathematics against last year's record. The Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of NAPTEP, Dr. Mohammed, while speaking in Abuja, stated that the 2025 performance by candidates this year is better than the previous years when compared. He noted that a total of 92,875 candidates registered for the examinations across 1,892 centers nationwide, marking a 37.08% increase in enrollment and a 10.77% rise in the number of centers compared to last year. According to the board, analysis of the enrollment indicates that candidates enroll for 16 engineering trades, 7 construction trades, 9 miscellaneous trades, 4 business, trade, and 16 general education subjects. Of the total candidates, 89,621 were graded, with 61,104 scoring 5 credits and above, including English language and mathematics. In the same vein, Nigerians living in South Africa have raised the alarm over a fresh wave of xenophobic threat by an anti-migrant group known as Operation Dudula. Leaders of Nigerian communities are calling for urgent diplomatic intervention following reports on attacks and harassment alleged spearheaded by the group, which has been accused of blocking foreigners from accessing public hospitals. The outcry comes amid sustainable harassment that began earlier this year, fueling fears of another round of xenophobic violence. In a viral video clip seen by newsmen, one of the group's leaders was captured ordering foreigners out of a public hospital. Nigeria has joined 141 other countries to endorse New York Declaration on two-state solution between Israel and Palestine at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Report says applause rang out in the UN General Assembly Hall as countries endorsed the declaration on the peaceful settlement of the question of Palestine and implementation of the two-state solution with Israel. It added that the New York Declaration is the outcome of an international conference held in July at UN headquarters organized by France and Saudi Arabia, which resumes later this month. The General Assembly comprises all 193 UN member states, and 142 countries voted in favor of a resolution backing the document. It is revealed that Israel voted against it alongside 9 other countries: Argentina, Hungary, Micronesia, Nauru, Palau, Papua, New Guinea, Paraguay, Tonga, and the United States, while 12 nations abstained. A 3-story building under construction in Lagos State have collapsed, leaving several construction workers feared trapped beneath the debris. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, in a preliminary update issued by its permanent secretary, Dr. Olufemi Osun, confirmed that a coordinated search and rescue mission was immediately activated at the site. Responders currently at the scene include officials of Lasema's Onipanu Rescue Unit, the Lagos State Building Control Agency, the Lagos State Ambulance Service operatives of the Nigerian Police Force, Area C Command, and the Rapid Response Squad. Report states that although the exact cause of the collapse has not been established, investigations are underway to determine whether it was linked to structural defects, regulatory breaches, or other factors. The next in the series of our weekly Yoruba simulcast program, which promotes the activities of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration, tagged Imale Ayo, is the airwaves this evening at 6:30 in the evening. Our guest is the Special Advisor to the Governor on Mining and Mineral Resources, Professor Lukman Jimada. The Special Advisor to the Governor is expected to highlight proactive steps being taken by his administration to strengthen the position of the state within the mining sector through equitable policy actions. Listeners and viewers will have the opportunity to contribute to the program when the studio lines are opened. And from the sport arena, athlete Kanyinsola Ajayi, age 20, has emerged as one of the Nigeria's most exciting sprint prospects, competing in the 100 meters. He comes into the World Championship with a season's best and personal best of 9.92 seconds, which places him 29th in the global rankings. This will be his first World Championship appearance, but Ajayi is no stronger to the international stage, who reached the semi-final at the 2024 Paris Olympics and also made the final of the 2025 NCAA Championship. And from the foreign scene, the United States, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates have put forward a proposal for a 3-month humanitarian truce in Sudan, followed by a permanent ceasefire. In a joint statement, foreign ministers of the so-called Quad countries called for a 9-month transitional process following the truce to establish civilian-led government. Sudan has been engulfed by civil war since April 2023, when tensions between the armed forces and paramilitary rapid support forces erupted into open warfare. And with that, we have come to the end of today's evening news on OSBC television. You join us at 7 for major reports. Good evening.